guys, so to start out, I already have my brows filled in, my eyes are primed with soft ochre paint pot, and I have Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie in my crease with some tape on my eyes to prep. So now I'm using REALGAR by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm using a big fluffy brush from Morphe, and I'm just working that into my crease in windshield wiper motions to create a very blown out effect, so all the other shades I put over top are going to just look very blended out and transition beautifully. So now I'm taking Red Ochre from that same palette, which is a beautiful dark red shade, and I am just using a MAC 217 brush in my outer crease to further build dimension. When you first place this color, you want to just pack the intensity and just pat it down, and then afterwards you want to lightly blur the edges so then you don't lose the intensity when you're trying to blend it out. So it will have a very smooth transition without losing the color. So now I'm just taking a blending brush, going back and forth to further blend it out. And then I'm going to use Cherry Cola in my outer corner by Makeup Geek to further build the intensity. I actually really like Makeup Geek eyeshadows. I feel like out of all their eyeshadows, this is the least pigmented one, but the color is so beautiful that I just can't stay away. So now I'm going back with Red Ochre and just blending that out a bit. And Cherry Cola was not as intense as I had wanted even this look to be, so I ended up actually going with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow in the shade Beauty Mark, and I'm just using a dense dome brush to apply that in my very outer corner. So each shade I'm placing it a little bit more out and out and out in my outer corner to build the intensity, so it goes from a really nice gradient. So now I'm just going back and forth and pretty much packing the intensity while blending it out with the Red Ochre shade, and then I'm just using that big fluffy brush to blend over the top part. So now I'm taking the HD Concealer by NYX, and I am just using a Morphe angled concealer brush in 1/4 of an inch, and I'm not cutting my crease, I'm just placing this concealer down on my lid so I can words are hard. So the eyeshadow that I use over top is just going to have a very pigmented look, and it's going to last much longer. You really don't have to be precise with this because we're not doing a cut crease, so now I'm just taking my Beauty Blender to smooth that out. And then I'm using the In the Spotlight Foiled Eyeshadow by Makeup Geek, and I'm just patting that down with a flat shader brush. So I'm taking that blending brush with Peach Smoothie, and I'm just blending the crease with the color, and then I'm taking Red Ochre again and just blending the outer corners with that as well. So now I'm using the It's Lit adhesive, and then I'm going to use the glitter called Wendy by VOSS, and I'm doing this in small sections so the glitter doesn't dry by the time I get there. I'm not trying to be super precise with this, I just wanted some glitter without having it all over my lid pretty much. The reason I use this instead of the Too Faced one is because the Too Faced one has a more of a creamy consistency, and I felt that the It's Lit one had a more liquidy consistency, so it would be better for something like this, but I do feel like the Too Faced one is a little bit stronger. And also I'm just using a very thin eyeliner brush to apply the glue itself, and I'm using a big kind of angled brush to just pat down the glitter. And I'm using Whimsical Foiled Eyeshadow to highlight, and then I just used the Stila Liquid Eyeliner. I just did a little bit of a wing. I didn't want to do anything too overpowering because I really did not want to distract from the eye makeup because I just loved it so much. Also, when you place the tape down, it's really important that you're placing it in a way that's good for your eye, because if you don't, like for example, my eyes are really hooded, so if I had placed it very upward, then it would give me a very closed-eyed effect. Anyway, so I'm just going ahead and wiping away the under eyes, and that's why I do my eyes first so I can afford to have fallout. So I'm using the Sally Hansen eyelash curler to just curl my lashes to prep them for mascara. If you guys want to see a video on specifically how to place tape for your eyes, I am more than happy to do a video like that for you guys. So I'm using a waterproof mascara by MAC. I love this mascara, and I'm just using that to prep my eyelashes to put on eyelashes. Because if you put on eyelashes, most times your eyelashes aren't as dark as the fake ones, and it just helps them blend better. So now I'm using MAC Strobe Cream, and I'm just blending that into my skin. I absolutely love this to prep for makeup. It is just so beautiful, and it's actually cheaper to buy this in the travel size than the big size. So now I'm using these SOHO eyelashes by KOKO Lashes, and I honestly wouldn't generally go for these eyelashes, but these are the only ones I had, and I actually really thought that they complemented this look. So I'm just giving them a quick little squeeze. I don't recommend curling fake eyelashes, but I just had to on that one. So now I'm using the Peach Corrector by LA Girl to cancel the blue shades under my eye. If you guys want to see a full tutorial on how to color correct, please comment down below because I'd be more than happy to film that as well. And then I'm just taking the Lavender Corrector by LA Girl to kind of remove the dullness and highlight my face and just give me like a very glowy effect. I'm also just pressing in with my Beauty Blender to blend that out. So next I'm going to use the LA Girl Color Corrector in the shade Yellow, and I'm just using that to correct the redness around my nose. I actually prefer to color correct redness with yellow than green. And then I'm just going to go ahead and use my foundation. It's MAC Studio Fix NW15 with the mix with the L'Oreal Lumi foundation in W12. I don't know why, MAC Cosmetics, the NWs run way darker than the NCs, and there's no NW that is light enough for me right now, so NC15 would actually match me better. Even though it's not the same undertone, it's just light enough for my skin. So when you're putting your foundation on, it's really crucial that you press into your skin and not like move the Beauty Blender around, because you really just want to pack the intensity, not move the product around. Also, blending it down your neck is super, super important because there's absolutely no foundation shade that would match you 100% perfect. So now I'm just using the Anastasia Contour Kit in the medium bottom shade, and I am just contouring around my nose, my cheekbones, and my temples. And I actually did not think this through, but I use a concealer to highlight my under eyes and other parts of my face, and I should have done that before doing this, because after I do that, I'm going to have to go ahead and go back with the Anastasia Contour Kit, so I highly recommend not doing it in the order I was doing it in. But I absolutely love this contour kit. If you guys are considering getting it, I recommend it. I honestly really like the contour shades. I don't use the highlighting shades that often, but the contour shades are amazing. So now I'm using the NW20 Concealer Studio Fix by MAC, and I'm just using that to only conceal my blemishes because I feel like this concealer would be too thick to use anywhere else. So next I'm going to be using the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in NW15. I absolutely love this concealer. If you want to see a full review on it, comment down below because I just could talk for days about this concealer. But I'm just using that to highlight my face, and even if you want a bright under eye, I highly recommend putting highlight in all the places where your face should naturally be highlighted, because otherwise it's going to be unbalanced if only your under eyes are like stark white and the rest of your face is dark. So I'm just going ahead with the Beauty Blender and I'm just pressing that into my skin as well. I do the under eyes last because I want to set them almost immediately after blending them out. So that's why I leave them for last, so they don't crease while I'm blending everything else out. Also, blending it a little bit up your temples is a really good trick to not make your under eyes look stark white without a blended effect. So now I'm just going back with that contour kit, and I actually used an angled Morphe concealer brush as well, and I'm just blending that out again. And now I'm just using the RCMA No Color Powder, and I'm not baking under my eyes. I'm literally just swiping that on my under eyes to set them, and I'm sweeping it away immediately because my under eyes are so incredibly dry that like it crepes immediately if I don't do that. So I'm using the Pro Emphasize Powder by MAC, and I'm just setting all the places that I highlighted with concealer to further highlight them. And then I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder to set my face, and I'm using the Real Techniques powder brush, which I absolutely love. Also, you want to press that into your skin again and not swipe, because if the foundation is not set, it's going to move the product around. So now I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder, and I'm just going over my eyebrows again because I feel like foundation and concealer got over it, and I feel like it made them not as dark. So now I'm using the Pro Powder in SCULPT by MAC Cosmetics. You can't purchase their Pro Powders in store. You can only get them at Pro stores and online. So I'm just using a dome-like Morphe brush to put this on my cheekbones. I absolutely adore this shade. If you are fair and you don't have a good contour shade, this is going to be your new favorite. So now I'm just going under my cheekbones, and I am just baking under there so I can have a crisper or more clean contour. And then I'm using the blush in FLEUR Power by MAC Cosmetics, and it's just a beautiful medium pink, and I absolutely love it. And I'm just using an angled brush by Morphe, and this just applies it really nicely. So I'm using the Moonstone highlighter by BECCA Cosmetics. I really do like this highlighter, but it wasn't as pigmented or as I wanted to be to complement the look. So I ended up going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Gleam Kit, actually in the shade Starburst, to just further highlight. And I'm actually using the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush to do that as well. So I'm just blending some Peach Smoothie under my eyes. And then I'm actually going to take the Red Ochre shade by Anastasia Beverly Hills with a flat definer brush by Sigma. And then I'm going to take the REALGAR shade from Anastasia Beverly Hills and use a pointed blender brush under my eyes so I can just further smoke out my under eyes. If you guys want to see a full tutorial literally on just smoking out your lower lash line, please comment down below because it is kind of hard and I used to not be good at it and I didn't like doing it. So I have a beauty mark. I use the shade Beauty Mark with the flat definer brush to further define my lower lash line, and I used to use Whimsical again to further highlight my inner corners and my brow bone because this is just a beautiful shade. I don't even like a shimmery brow highlight, but this one was just gorgeous. So now I'm using the ColourPop Lippie Stick in Skimpy, and this smells like cake and it's just so moisturizing, but this is a very pale shade. And then I'm using the Lash Accelerator by Rimmel London. I actually am not super crazy about this. I just don't know where I chucked my MAC one. But I did actually go over my lips with a pastel pink lip gloss by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't know why the footage got deleted, but I'm just applying that lower lash mascara so I can have a more open-eyed effect. So now this is just the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment down below if you have any video requests or if you have any comments on how I can improve my videos. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support from all my subscribers. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day.